You saw it happen with the Disney company after Walt Disney passed away. They had a really hard time finding, righting the ship after that. And I think even you're seeing it recently with the Apple company, which I think has really suffered without Steve Jobs' leadership and insistence on quality and not being so much just your typical cold corporate company. So that's very interesting. The other problem is that when you no longer have someone who it's their own work, you kind of lose a little bit of your quality control. There's almost like a fire sale. Everyone's like, well, whenever he said no, now we can run in there, and the studio executives are like, we can go and get this made, and this might speed up some projects actually based off Tom Clancy work, but at the same time, hopefully, it won't hurt them in terms of quality. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Clancy's legacy can survive. I mean, the previous work will always live on. The question is, can it continue to be built, and can the company continue to thrive? I think there is one more Jack Ryan novel coming out, but I don't think the Tom Clancy brand will hopefully go away. I hope it continues to be a name brand that's put on games and films. Again, someone sadly passed away too soon. So that's the first story of the day. The second story is that the TED 2, the sequel to the original Ted, has been slated for yet another movie for 2015. Another Seth MacFarlane film. He has A Million Ways to Die in the West coming out first, though, in 2014 in the summer, in May, I believe, late May, which is now going up against Maleficent because they switched their dates around, Disney did. But I think it'll be interesting to see if Ted 2 can succeed. I don't know if Mark Wahlberg is signed on as well. I think Mark Wahlberg was a big part of that movie's success. I think not only was it a swearing, drinking, pot-smoking teddy bear, but it was a swearing, drinking, pot-smoking teddy bear standing next to Mark Wahlberg, which was a big selling point. But it'll be really interesting to see if MacFarlane can transition successfully to movies, and he wasn't just a one-hit wonder. And of course, I can see why they would want to make the film, because the first Ted made $550 million worldwide on obviously not a huge budget. So that's incredibly impressive and a huge win for, I believe, Universal. That's great news. Okay, so the third story I wanted to cover today is one of you asked me to talk about the Chronicles of Narnia and how the Silver Chair has been greenlit and for development. A Mark Gordon company is taking over. And of course, the franchise started out with Disney, then there were problems and it had to move to Fox. It couldn't have had a bigger and splashier and more successful debut with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Tilda Swinton was the star. I thought she was fantastic, and also introduced American audiences to James McAvoy. So the first film was really iconic. I love it. I think it's a great instant classic. But ever since then, I feel not just has the box office gone down in the films, but I feel the quality as well. I had major problems with Prince Caspian when it came out. I felt that the kids were leading armies into battle with little regard for the consequences. I remember saying all these mythical animals and creatures died because of poor leadership from these kids, and the kids don't even care. They're like, oh, I want to go home now, and I'm like, that Minotaur just lost his life for you. Show some respect. But so I really thought, I was like, if you're going to send kids into war, you have to do it right. So I had a big problem with that. And I didn't even actually check out The Voyage of the Dawn Treader because of that. Would I revisit it? I mean, I don't know if I would revisit it.